this is Cathy Skipper from AromaGnosis, and this is just a short video I wanted to share with you about my experience the last couple of days with the autumn equinox that we're experiencing at the moment. So as you know, autumn equinox is really, on a physical level, an equal balance between light and dark. It's not actually half and half, but it's an equal balance. There's a balance between the dark part of the day or the night and the daylight hours. And I was thinking about this, as well as this period of the year being the time of harvest. And I realized that this balance is something that we can really make the most of at this time in the year. So by being aware of it and allowing these forces to work with us rather than resisting them, we can really benefit from both harvesting something within ourselves and finding the balance that we need to make us find an equilibrium in life, to make us feel more balanced. And so I wanted to just talk a little bit about, first of all, I wanted to invite you to think, what are you harvesting at the moment? It's the time of the year when, yes, we're harvesting the vegetables from the garden, the fruit from the fruit trees, we're wildcrafting, we're getting ready for winter. But inside yourself, what are you harvesting? And often this isn't something that we consciously say, I'm going to harvest this. It's not like going and getting the tomatoes from the greenhouse. It's more a feeling of allowing, and our psyche knows what's ready to be harvested. And if we allow that witnessing part of ourselves to notice what's happening, this can be a very fruitful time of the year. So I wanted to share a little bit about what I feel has been my harvest this equinox, which is finally integrating, after 5 years of deep ancestral healing work on my mother line. There was an experience that happened in our family, which I won't go into details, but what I realized was that the hidden part of my lineages is my mother line. It was hidden from us. And the last 5 years have been integrating, unearthing, and putting this story back together so that I could integrate this cut-off part of myself, which I felt I have been doing, and I've really felt it in my body. I felt a better sense of belonging. But this harvest really made me realize that I had integrated this lost, hidden, secret part of myself and was now able to be in the world with it. And this came through as a reaction to something, that instead of reacting from this one-sided part of myself, which is how I was educated, what I was told I was, how I lived in the world, being or passing as white in the world and privileged, this hidden, shamed part of myself that had no need to be shamed but was shamed due to our society, didn't allow this other part of myself to fully be the way it would have been. And so this is all happening within, but the reclaimed part of myself said, hey, no, there's another side to this. And suddenly, within myself, the balance that is me, but that had been colonized, and that's how colonization works in the world and within us, was available to me. It was the first time that I had fully, truly decolonized my colonized mother line, and that part of me came through as wisdom. So that was my harvest. And with it came this balance, and this balance is what I think the equinox gives us. It came at the right time. It was helped by the fact that we're in balance between the dark and the light in the world at the moment, in the calendar, in the year. So really, what I'm asking you is, what part of your shadow or your unconscious that you've been, easing out, working with, is ready to be harvested? And that harvest is the integration. So what part of your shadow is ready to be integrated and to be your harvest? We harvest it because when something's integrated, it becomes us. We become more whole. We don't have to sort of consciously do anything. It's just part of us. It's in our cells. It's back home. Especially when it's to do with ancestral healing, it's back home. Okay, so I wanted to share that. I also wanted to share that, the idea of balancing these parts of ourselves is also highlighted at this time of the year, the fact that we're in Libra. And Libra is, as you know, the balance, the scales. So we're really being, I don't know much about astrology, so I'm not going to pretend I do, but, you know, this idea of balance is extremely poignant here. And another experience I had, and I think this is where the balance comes in, is that a couple of days ago, at the beginning of this equinox, we were wildcrafting in the woods, and we came across something in nature that we were thinking about. We harvest a bit of it, and then we realized that actually we were tapping into something that was very negative and that we shouldn't have moved or harvested. It was some bones, and we had already gone on our way, and we were working and traveling for work, and we realized this was something very negative and that we needed to do something with it. It was going to cause problems. And so this dark energy came in, and, you know, I won't go into the details, but at midnight we ended up going to the river and putting it in the river and thanking it for the experience and making sure that we protected ourselves. And my son simultaneously had done something very stupid with a welding machine without a mask, and thought he was going blind. That you know, we weren't with him, and he was really terrified because he couldn't see. And I realized that this was all sort of connected. My son is part of my lineage. He's very sensitive. And so I found myself being guided by my ancestors to bring this ancestral energy along with an energetic relationship with the certain plants. And as I lay in my bed, I wasn't near my son physically. He was in another part of the state. I felt this energy helping me to heal his eyes, bringing the plants in and this ancestral energy, and it was very healing. And I realized this is the balance. We touch something extremely negative, but by being aware of it, by using the energy of the world at the moment, which is balance, which is the equinox, I was able to react to what the invitation within me was, which was to balance out this negativity with healing ancestral energy to help me to come through my mother lines, my strength, my wisdom, that is not just me, but is an accumulated strength and wisdom from my lineage. So that was another example of balancing at this time. So my invitation to you is to look, what is being asked to be balanced out in your life? What is top heavy in one way or another, and that needs balance? And what is that balance that you need to invite in? And if you want any help with that, then consider using some of the oils for shadow, like galbanum or labdanum, and then balance them out with some oils that are to do with light, like St. John's wort. Excellent. It's, you know, light incarnated. Or helichrysum comes to mind because, you know, again, it's a plant that needs a lot of light, that the flowers stay eternal. Play around with it. But use these tools to help you, one, to find the balance, and two, to look at your life and see what's asking to be harvested now at this very rich time of the year. Thank you.